Hi, guys. All right. Thank you for listening. Today, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite artists, singer-songwriters ever. One of them. I mean, there's a bunch, but this is one of them. Today, we're going to talk about Sting. Sting is one of the most unique artists there is. You hear it's very, very, very hard to be original, and you hear Sting and you go, "That's Sting." Not just his voice, which is also pretty original, but just the songwriting, just the voicings, the Sting is freaking amazing. I don't care what you think. Sting, he does what he does. So I'm going to talk about. It's hard to pick my favorite Sting record, but I think we're going to talk about this one. Well, this is the one we're going to talk about today. By the way, I got into Sting in '93 with the 10 Summoner's Tales. We're not going to talk about that one today, but that's when I got into Sting and was like, oh, things kind of opened up for Sting in the early '90s. He was kind of everywhere, and that's when I started kind of opening up. Like Sting and the Indigo Girls really helped me open up my musical, excuse me, my musical horizons and just see things beyond Motley Crue and Dokken. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, there's other kinds of music with songs about things and different kinds of. So Sting and the Indigo Girls really started that for me. So in '93, 10 Summoner's Tales came out, and that's when I started getting into him and getting his back catalog. So I got caught up on Sting at that point. And then in '96, he released this one, which is, I think, his most consistent record. Or maybe The Last Ship from a couple years ago was good. But this one. This is Mercury Falling by Sting, and this is what we're going to talk about today. This is probably my favorite one just because of the production. Well, not just production, just the... I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I got 3 or 4 Sting records that are really, really good. So we're going to go through this real quickly. The Hounds of Winter, Song 1. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Actually, I saw them live a couple years ago, and they played The Hounds of Winter, and I lost my mind. I was like, oh, my God. Because who knows what the Hound... Do you know The Hounds of Winter? No. Nobody knows The Hounds of Winter. But it was awesome. Beautiful. I Hung My Head. Great song. Johnny Cash actually covered I Hung My Head. It's just like this... is it 9/8 time? 9/8, I forgot. 9/8 time or something, whatever. It's this weird time signature song, story song about a guy who borrows his brother's gun and is like target practicing, not meaning to shoot, just target practicing, and takes his aim on a rider and accidentally shoots him, and then ends up, and then you go to the courtroom. It goes to it's a story song. I really dig it. It's very cool. It paints a picture, and I love it. And music can do that. And I just, again, Sting is really, really good at writing songs about whatever. It's great. Let Your Soul Be Your Pilot was actually the single. I actually didn't like that. It was a little bit overdone for me. Almost 7 minutes long, kind of bloated. Actually, the only song on here I don't like was Let Your Soul Be Your Pilot. I Was Brought to My Senses. Great chord changes. Great voicings. This chromatic fall down at the end when it's... just the chords and how they blend together like kind of seamlessly, and his melodies are so inspiring and humbling all at once. Screw you, Sting. Yeah, I Was Brought to My Senses. You Still Touch Me, just a great song. Kind of not Motown. I shouldn't have said that word. That's not what I meant. But just kind of a little more R&B. Just very. It's nice. It's a good song. I don't know how to explain that one. A little bit. Okay, let's move on. I'm So Happy I Can't Stop Crying is almost like a country. It basically is a country song about a divorce, and it's just, you have to hear these things. Like, I'm not doing them justice here, really. It's just the language that's being used, the lyrics that are being used, and like the musical devices to tell a story. It's great stuff. All Four Seasons, great song. I can't do accents. Anyone that knows me or have seen these other videos, knows I can't do any kind of accents. So, La Belle Dame Sans Regrets, I can't say it. I don't even know what language that is. Is that French? I don't know. But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful song. If you listen to it, the production, again, is very clean and crisp and just has its own kind of rhythm to it. Beautiful. Valparaiso, again, screw you, Sting. Really, I'm just basically going through this list and just going, hey, here's a song. It's really good. It's a very solid record. 10 songs. They all are a little bit different from each other. Just wonderfully written. Wonderful chord changes. The last song is just this nice little 2.5 minute little kind of like goodbye. Awesome. All of Sting's records, by the way, and this is heartbreaking to me. Last I checked anyway, every Sting record used, is on Amazon for a penny. Actually, a couple of years ago, I bought Sting's entire discography for somebody who, because I turned him on to a song or two, because I was like, you got to listen to these other songs by Sting and really listen. He really liked them. So, I mean, I think Sting has like 7 records. So it was like, with shipping, it was like $25. And now you get Sting's entire friggin' catalog. Shameful. Anyway, this is my favorite Sting record. If you're kind of on the fence about Sting, I would start here or with 10 Summoner's Tales. 10 Summoner's Tales is a little more radio friendly. But this is my favorite one. Probably. The Last Ship is really good too. I might talk about that someday. And that's it. That's all I got. 1996. Yeah. Oh, cool stuff. All right. That's all I got to say about Mercury Falling by Sting. Thank you for listening to me. Subscribe to the channel, and I may do another. I'll probably talk about Sting once or twice more on here at some point, because there's he's got much more great stuff than is on just this one record. So, all right, there you go. Oh, by the way, his autobiography is incredible. It's written like a novel. The guy's got and it stops when the police take off. His autobiography is about his life, and then right when the police are about to take off, that's when the book ends. That was a little disappointing, but it's written like he's a novelist. Some people have too much talent. Not fair. All right, I'm gonna shut up now. Bye.